Yeah, last time we talked about a midsummer night's dream. A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. We've talked about all the happenings in the play, and I told you that you'll be expecting contextual questions from that text. You will not be asked to write, give a detailed account, discuss the themes, talk about the characters. No. Remember, an extract, some portion of sayings will be lifted from the text, and you'll be asked, who said this? To whom? What's the response? What's the setting? What's the reaction? So it is necessary that you know every nook and cranny of that particular text to be able to answer the questions. All right? So we talked about the mistaken identity, the two couples, Hermia and Lysander, Helena and Demetrius, how they eventually fall in love with the right partners, and eventually have 3 weddings taking place at the same day. So everything started in the wrong foot and ended in a happy note, on a happy note, sorry. All right? So still revisit it. Anytime you have time, pick it up and read, because questions can come from scene 1, scene 2, any part of the novel, any part of the play, sorry. All right, so we are done with that for now. We'll have to move on. I told you that today we'll be talking about one of the poems we have for the term, and we start with Raider of the Treasure Trove. Raider of the Treasure Trove. And this poem is an African poem. Alright? I told you we'll talk about an African poem and a non-African poem. So we'll start with an African poem. It's titled Raider of the Treasure Trove by Lade Wosunu. By Lade Wosunu. Yes, this poem is very, very interesting. Very, very. So, by the title, you start with imagining treasure. Raider. Who is stealing? Stealing what? Treasure. Who is the raider? What is that treasure? That's where you start from. Your imagination will be going crazy by now. So let's talk about the background of the poem first of all. Before we talk about the background of the poem, the setting and the subject matter. Who is Lade Wosunu? This man, Lade Wosunu, he was born in Lolito, Ghana, so he's a Ghanaian. He's a retired Ghanaian professor of surgery. So you see, he's a scientist. He's a scientist, he's science inclined, but he's able to come up with this poem. He's also an essayist, a poet, and a philanthropist. This man, Lade Wosunu, has won many prizes. And through his literary work, especially this one now, you can see that he's able to show that art and science have strong relationship. Art and science have strong relationship. You can use this one to explain this one. You can use this one to experiment this one. All right. Lade Wosunu also has written other literary works, other poems like Celestial Bride and other poems, Ete and other poems, also Journey Without End and other poems. These are other literary works of this particular poet, Lade Wosunu. Then background, what inspires this particular poem? You can see that the backdrop of this poem is the overwhelming havoc caused by rage to human being. Look at it. We are moving. Raider, treasure trove, steal and thief of a particular treasure. So you see that the backdrop has to do with rage, the damage it has caused to human being, the bad aspect of anger to humanity. So that's the backdrop on which this particular poem rests upon. Now we move on. The setting. And I told you setting has to do with time, place. the social environment, the physical environment, what's obtainable within the area the poet is writing, what is happening in that particular, which area is he talking about, what time, all right, and the things that are happening around the time he's talking about that thing. So let's see what the setting of this poem is. Of course, we all know that anger is a reflex action. Look at it now. Radar, we're not even talking about somebody's name. The poem is kind of about something, an object, something. That's anger now. Anger is a reflex action which is associated with human beings and even at times animals. It is triggered by emotion irrespective of age, gender, race, or class. So you see it now. Our setting now is deviating. You're not even saying post-war, pre-war, during independence. No. You're talking about now, narrowing down to human beings. All color, all age, all sizes is liable to anger. So we now see that the scope of this poem covers universally human beings. Everything that is concerning human beings, that's the setting. So we are not talking about place, time. We are centering it on human being. Alright? So that's the setting. The setting is therefore covers universally human scope. Alright. Then let's talk about the subject matter. What is the poem all about? What is the poem, Raider of the Treasure Trove, all about? But before we do that, we have to read out the poem. I hope you are with your own there at home. You read along with me. You cannot tell what the poem is all about without reading the poem. So let's start. The poem says, it's a 5 stanzas poem. 5 stanzas poem that says, but what can be worthy of your life? What dearer than the gems of your dreams? The reason you are here? Always strive to fly flags of joy and sail up streams. Powered by the breeze of love, your course chartered in the ink of compassion, and fling roses wherever you pause. Heaven on earth, your destination. Of things which will blot out that grief, or breach yourselves with arrows unseen. No, rob you of life. Rage is thief. Rage drags rats after you. Of charity, laughter, sweetness, and joy. Rage is thief, enemy of equanimity. Rage spreads toxic fumes on every scene. In essence, rage spells calamity. Its cause is your perception of storms breaking around, not upon your head. There are neither snakes, deviants, nor gnomes. As you think, so you feel. Watch your mind. Rage said, sail. Can run lag far behind. I will fling roses wherever I bear. My destination is heaven on earth. You can see that the poem is just straightforward. It's not that complicated at all. By reading the lines, you get the meaning immediately. He's talking about a particular thing. That thing is a thief. That thing robs you of things that will make your life happy. You can see that's what this poem is all about. It's not talking about a thief that goes to somebody's house to break in and steal a treasure that you see. But this treasure now comes in form of things valuable to you that can mar your life or can make your life. That's the treasure we are talking about in this poem. So let's see. The poem is centered on, that's the subject matter, the summary of what the poem is all about. The poem is centered on the destructive power of violence. That's anger. And the term used here is rage. You can see rage reflecting in almost all the lines. Rage. The destructive nature of rage. The poet starts by explaining that the essence of life is for joy and happiness. Yes, you see this in the first stanza. Why are you created? Why did God create you? Is it to make trouble? To be angry? No. The essence of life, the importance of life is for you to be happy. It's necessary for you to be happy in life. That's why you are here. That's why you are created. So he starts by explaining that. And happiness, not just for oneself, not just for you alone, but the happiness to be spread wherever one finds himself. That's why it says to fly flags of joy and sail upstream, and fling roses wherever you pause. Spread happiness wherever you stop, wherever you are. Even if you are passing people on the road, spread happiness. Whenever you are sitting down for discussion, spread what? Happiness. That's fling roses of happiness wherever you stop. Alright? Then again, the poet persona goes on to say that this spreading of joy is made possible through love. Yes. When you have love, you can as well share it to others. Alright? So someone without love cannot be compassionate enough to spread goodness everywhere. Alright? You can also see it in the poem. You go on to share it. When you have compassion, you'll be able to share love wherever you stop. Alright. He also says that it will make your destination heaven on earth. Everybody would like to stay where there is happiness, where there is joy. Understand? So by spreading that happiness, people will be comfortable, making the earth to be paradise, enjoyable. Alright? Then again, because you have removed the thing that will make the earth paradise, it's creating an ugly scene, making it unconducive for people to stay, because you're no longer spreading the happiness. If one is to live in anger and hate, what is the resultant effect? He is denying himself good living. You are living unhealthily. If you are living in anger, you are not living in healthy environment. Alright? And everything around you will be affected negatively. So he's denying himself good living. Not only that, as you spread happiness also, that's how you spread doom. That's how you spread hatred. So you see that you also be spreading poverty. You'll be spreading poverty. And doom will always follow you wherever the person goes. It's vice versa. If you move on spreading happiness, you share it to everyone you come across. If you move around with hatred, you go on spreading, and nothing good will ever come out from anger. That's what the poem is trying to say. Then again, it means also that rage takes away the spirit of charity. We see this in line 12, that rage drags rats after you. It carries bad things, evil. It will be following you. You will be spreading evil, denying you the ability to do what? To do charity. Denying you the ability of to laugh, the ability of sweetness, creating joy, thereby making rage an enemy of peace. You don't have peace within you. That's what that particular stanza is trying to say. Then in the latter part of the poem, we see where it says the first persona again declares that rage gains strength from one's thoughts. How do rage come about? Rage doesn't have knife, it doesn't have gun, but it's just from within you. It comes from within somebody. When you are thinking baselessly, thinking thoughts without any positivity in your thinking. So it comes from one's thoughts. And feeling of fear that does not even exist. Empty thoughts that doesn't even yield any positivity at all. That's how this fear now leads to rage. Are you getting me? You might be even thinking that somebody is standing for you. You start developing it in you. You are creating a fear. From that fear, that rage now emanates. So we should do what? Guard our thoughts. That, as if in conclusion, now he's not giving us admonishment that you should therefore guard your thoughts, so as not to allow baseless thoughts to develop into rage. And rage leads to what? Destruction. You see now, the poem is just there, stretched forward, as if he's preaching. He's there preaching to show you that that treasure being open for thieves is rage. And it's very, very important that you control that rage so that you don't lose a very important thing in your life. So that's what the poem is all about rage. Look at how he used the beautiful lines to tell us something important about human being and not the physical treasure you see. Because that rage can cost you your life. It can damage a lot of people's life. That's why it's referred to as a treasure. A very big treasure. And that's what the poem is all about. And we have themes inherent in this poem. But we're not going to talk about that now. I want you to write in your own understanding, read the poem and read it. Then you will give a detailed account of the poem, like I have just done. Use examples. Read the poem, then give the detailed account of the poem. Then you also write, discuss the poem within the context of the background and the setting. What did this one mean? It means that you're going to discuss, just talk about the poem like I've just talked now, as if I'm dialoguing with somebody. Alright, talk about this poem using the background and the setting. I've said something about the background and the setting. The background of the poem, the backdrop, what inspires this poem, and the setting. Combine them together to discuss this poem. I hope you understand that. Bear in mind the background, what inspires this poem, and the setting. The setting, what it centers on. So combine it together and discuss this particular poem. Alright? Thank you. Next time we'll continue.